Water comes from the sink, so if you don't see any water, there's usually some in the sink.
Keith, no, I don't keep water in the sink. That would be gross. I keep it in the faucet where it belongs.
Considering the faucet is part of the sink unit.
Ooh, sorry, it's not,
What
though.
you're calling the
be
sink
right
is
back.
actually called the basin, thank you.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah. Can't believe we just started and you already owned about sinks.
Can you hear my menu clicking?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Very pleasant noises the Switch has. I love the little ticks it makes.
Oh, I love it. Oh, this thing?
Oof.
Can't beat that thing. There's nothing better than that.
Hey, guess who I am?
You must be the Switch system settings button. How did I know it was that accurate? He can do any sound, folks. Oh my goodness.
Come one, come all. This guy can
Come see
still
the
do
boy
any sound.
who can make any sound. Hang on. What's happening right now?
Read all about him.
Could it be possible that we're doing a Super Mario Galaxy video?
Wow, that's Super Mario Galaxy.
Run button Mario Galaxy? Are you sure?
Are you sure? Wait, do we do
pretty
this?
wacky, huh?
Do we already do this?
Yeah. Are we even allowed?
Wow, you can't believe that there's Mario Galaxy.
Fans, please don't drag us for playing more Mario Galaxy. Or, whatever.
We're being canceled online for playing Mario Galaxy.
Here we are. So what happened?
A game
Keith,
about an
was
Italian
that-
idiot.
What happened was last year they put out Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which is 64 Sunshine and Galaxy, and all updated in the HD on the Switch.
Yeah.
In one package for $60. And I didn't buy it because I'm like, that's too much money for 3 games I already own multiple times each.
Yeah. It sounds like any amount of money would be too much money for buying 3 games you already own.
Well, who doesn't want it on the Switch, though?
I don't.
But what happened was Lucas got 3D All-Stars for Christmas from somebody, and because Lucas do how he has not even played it. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna borrow this then. I'm taking this.
Does Lucas not care about Mario, or?
Well, that's the thing. He at some point was like low grade obsessed with Mario Odyssey, and I think has recently started playing Mario Odyssey again, and is like, he's not even uninterested in these games. It's just he's just one of those kids. It is kind of, he has his interests that he hyper focuses on, and then everything else kind of gets pushed to the side.
You're saying hyper focusing on one Mario game instead of 3 almost the exact same other Mario games?
Nearly identical Mario games, yeah. My daughter, weirdly finicky too, because I showed her Mario 64 on the N64 at my house. And she really liked it, and the past couple times she came to visit, she was like, oh, hey, can we play that Mario game?
Yeah.
Oh, no. But then every time I've tried to bring up, why don't we play Mario 64 in the 3D All-Stars on the Switch, she's, never interested. She's just like, no. And I think it's just because Switches can play Minecraft. So it's like, why would I ever use this for Mario 64? This can do Minecraft. Don't be silly.
Minecraft, right? We think, should we put a pin in this? Hey, we as not a joke, we actually are playing Mario Galaxy. This is where we were.
And just to be clear, this is even though we're playing on the Switch version, I basically recreated our save file, so this is exactly where we were the original in our real Mario Galaxy playthrough
from 2019.
From God, it couldn't we could not have played this as recently as 2019. I
believe it was 2019, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you happen to remember
time?
what we were talking about?
God, that would have been the funniest thing. I couldn't find the angle. Like, what would be funny about like of what we could talk about? I thought about maybe just you know how we do that thing where sometimes we record something and forget to release it, and then we release it like a year and a half later. Like we could just pretend like, whoops, we recorded this like before Donald Trump was president, and we're just putting it out now. Sorry. But yeah, it would be so funny. Or it's just like, as we all know, last time we were talking about audio bit rates and microphone varieties. As we do.
So, all right, I just wanted to get it out there. This is not the same file, obviously, but it is the same. We're doing the same stuff that we would have been doing were this on the Wii U, which we were recording on, right? We were recording on Wii U. And that's part of the reason why we stopped. People might remember, we could not... Like, the Wii U was so uncooperative to record with. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, we thought, like, playing these games on Wii U will be a slam dunk because it'll be an HDMI, so it'll be digital. So we won't have any problems with, like, analog video with like we would have with the Wii. But then, for whatever reason, there's all these digital audio issues that the Wii U has when you record from it. We recently found out, I thought
I was going insane.
We realized at some point we could just plug. We figured out at some point we could just plug in component cables to the Wii U, and then it would be fine.
Because we didn't know that the problem was the HDMI audio for a really long time. By the time we figured out that we could just do component cables, we were just sick of doing anything with the Wii U, and so we stopped.
Yeah.
But back to... Unless you had something else.
Well, I was just going to say... well, for one thing, so basically the story with this collection was just like, I started playing Mario Galaxy a little bit again, and I was like, well, it would be downright criminal of me to play Mario Galaxy on my own time, not record any of it, and then just show up and be like, because I do know that there are some of our fans that have been really wanting more Mario Galaxy for a long time.
It's just that they're really quiet and never talk about it.
Over the weekend I played through Mario Galaxy on my own time. They'd just be like, what the fuck? So here we are.
If there are fans of ours that wanted more Mario, could have fooled me.
Yeah, sure. There's only been a couple people, but to be fair, there have been like a couple people. I think in general, I would like our fans to be more vocal about what they actually want to see. What they would like to see from us.
Yeah.
And I know that maybe goes a little bit against some feedback we've given our fans in the past, but that's the past. Turns out when nobody says anything they want ever, then you're just kind of lost.
Well, there's a difference between saying what you actually want to see on the channel and bugging us about not putting out enough videos.
Sure.
Right? Like, if we're actively doing a Let's Play and people won't shut up about it, like, I know that you want this, we're doing it. It's been 2 months, leave it alone.
Yeah. At this point, it feels like another life back. It's like a different lifetime when people were annoying about which videos we were and weren't putting out.
Yeah.
I don't remember it anymore.
Who's this? I like this guy.
But I'm playing on a Pro controller, actually.
You're
so it turns out
a little quiet to me. Maybe I should boost you up on my end. I'll boost you. All right, can I get a?
I see Lexi in the chat saying Run Button fans are all saying they want Run Button to replay all the Sonic games. That's what I'm hearing.
No, I've never heard that.
And who would we be to deny our fans? I just said I wanted them to say what they wanted, and it sounds like what they want is for us to replay all the Sonic games.
I've literally never heard anyone say that, and actually, Lexi is not even saying that. Lexi said, Lexi said Run Button fans, quote, replay all the Sonic games. Which is not Lexi saying replay all the Sonic games. That's Lexi saying that people are saying that, which is not true.
No, yeah, and what I'm hearing is people are saying that, and we should do it.
Disagree.
That's not anything, I guess.
What, that rabbit there? I think the rabbit will come down once you defeat this bear mole. You're about to get like dead.
Never.
This thing sounds like Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie.
So the Mario 3D All-Stars thing, I think it was really lame that they... I mean, I understand why they would omit 3D World, because they can sell that as a brand new game on Switch and, make $1 zillion or whatever, because no one played that game. But, to omit Mario Galaxy 2, I think it would seem, from this package, seems a little ridiculous, especially for $60.
Yeah, and it's
but other than that, I mean, these... as I started playing them, it's hard to deny these are, definitely, hands down the best way to play these 3 games. As long as you're not, a weird techno purist who, enjoys weird stuff like the 480p artifacting on the Mario Galaxy graphics.
You're describing you.
Yeah. I kind of like that, but I'm weird. And, I love that in Mario Galaxy you can play with the 2 Joy-Cons exactly the way the original Wii remote and nunchuck controls worked, but actually a little bit better because it has the accelerometer instead of the stupid sensor bar.
Nice.
Or you can play on... you can now, instead of... You used to have to swing the controller to spin. Now you can just push the Y button, or you can still, I have the Pro Controller, I can still shake it to spin if I want. And I also have the little cursor thingy that I'm controlling by tilting the controller around. Kind of like a la, sort of like a Steam controller or the text input on the PS4 or whatever. And I just think it works really well. I kind of love it. And it's, more comfortable to play than a Wii remote and nunchuck, go figure. But then you can still do that with
weird time in our lives.
The Joy-Cons if you wanted to. You want to. They apparently it launched without GameCube controller support for Sunshine, but they have
because they have
that
weird Switch GameCube controllers.
Exactly, totally Nintendo to try to get away with omitting that.
What is wrong with them?
I don't. They're sick. They're sick in the
people.
Fucking head. They're fucking disturbed, Keith, is what they are. And what they had done with Sunshine was that they enforced a non-inverted control scheme, but you still controlled the flood nozzle aiming with the left stick, so it was uninverted left stick aiming, which my brain hates.
Wait, sorry.
But they now have also patched in...
You mean inverted?
Regular. Regular? So, okay, here's the thing. Back when games used inverted aiming, it was always when the aim was on the left stick, like in GoldenEye or Metroid Prime. And the standard non-inverted aiming is always on the right stick, like in Halo. So when games try to do the non-inverted on the left stick, I can't do it. I have to switch it to inverted.
I guess what I did
for Mario
Galaxy. What are you talking about? A left stick inverted, you push down and Mario runs forward?
No, for aiming, you hold the R button to aim, and then you tilt the stick around,
right.
Mario stands in place, and you aim the nozzle.
And you want that to be inverted, i.e. down makes
I hate this
the
boss.
thing go up. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. But I can now make the walking around camera, that was left-right inverted in the original, which was fucked up, and it's not like that anymore, which is great. It does still have the weird I I don't even know if it's like a color space issue or something. It's like the Sunshine was trying to do all these like washed out like, you know, like tropical beach like lighting color patterns on the GameCube, like before we had like HDR lighting and stuff. And so it now looks really weird and flat on a GameCube, and it still looks like that on the Switch. I cannot
picture what you're talking about, but I'm sure if I was looking at it.
I'll show you.
Are you having trouble with this guy?
I always have trouble with this guy.
I feel like we've been doing this for an hour.
We've been doing this for 8 years.
This was like the first thing that happens at the beginning of the level.
Woo! No, it's not. It just seemed like that because I died and then respawned at a checkpoint.
So here's something. Here's something. This is what I'm talking about.
The jumpy gravity physics on Mario just feels still so good in this game. It just feels right. They nailed it.
Have you ever? So about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, maybe, I rewatched Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And this was a decision that I made all my own to do this.
Okay.
And since then, I have seen like 3 people that I know rewatching Lord of the Rings. And I'm just like...
And you're like, they stole this idea
it's just like one of these weird things where I just feel like my entire life is determined by computers.
It's a Truman Show.
What? Like...
or algorithms, like somehow the algorithm made you want to watch.
I know what made me want to watch it, and that's why it's so weird that I'm seeing people...
Oh, no.
I know exactly...
Oh, shit. What was it?
Okay.
Well, like... So, you saw a YouTube video that mentioned it, and you're like, everyone saw this YouTube video because YouTube recommended it to all of them.
I was watching TikTok videos, and there was someone just randomly that I saw that was like describing something about Lord of the Rings, and in the background of that video was the Shire theme. And I was like, that song's so good. I want to rewatch this movie. I love that song. That's one of my favorite all-time, like, original soundtrack compositions.
Sure, yeah.
And I rewatched it, and then
it's real good.
I swear to God, I've seen 4 or 5 people rewatching Lord of the Rings in the last month.
My like 8th grade graduation involved like a piano rendition, I think, of that.
It's
song.
extremely melancholy.
Like we went and got our middle school diplomas.
It's a great. It's totally It I think is exactly describes the feeling of leaving school.
Sure. Yeah. I think I'm trying to belly slide here, but you can't do that in this game, can you?
I don't know.
How?
Anyway, I don't know if you ever had this happen where you do something that you feel like is your own decision, and then you see a bunch of other people doing it, and then you're like, I guess that I'm like one component in a gigantic social computer.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't think it's just... No, likely, like, a lot of people our age have fond memories of those movies, and...
But why now?
They just like watching them.
If I saw someone tweeting about Lord of the Rings, and then I watched it based on that, it would be one thing. But someone that I didn't know used the Lord of the Rings sound in the background of a video, and that's what made me want to watch it.
How do I get this stupid asshole?
Just skip it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can ice skate. I'm just supposed to be Mario ice skating at him.
You skated already. Did you forget?
Well, I guess I just didn't realize that was the thing I was doing. See, there we go. It's no problem, buddy.
Not bad, old man. We caught that young upstart.
It's me. Oh, so Keith, Lucas the other day was just watching a YouTube video featuring all-star Mario voice talent Charles Martinet, And I got to hear from the man himself say, "Hi, my name is Charles Martinet." So now we know definitely for sure it's Martinet. I mean, we knew, but now we know.
Did we ever think it was something else? I don't remember this.
It was just like we were never totally sure if it was Martinet.
I bet I was sure.
We were pretty sure, but like now we have 100% confirmation is all. And I love the however many axles Mario is doing here.
Double? Looks like a double. That looked like a triple.
I think it'll just go forever, however much height I get on it. So what was
like
that?
2.5
Is that
or 3?
Can I do a 900? Oh, speaking of, I played a little. Get out of there! I played a little more Tony Hawk.
How's that
recently.
going?
It was a good time. I spent all my time in a level I kind of hate, which is the Venice Beach level from Tony Hawk 2, but I kind of appreciate it more now.
What do you normally hate about it?
It's a tough level. Yeah. There's a lot of sand to fall in, and when you fall into the sand, you respawn at the beginning of the level.
Oof. That's because Tony Hawk hates sand.
Tony Hawk famously hates sand. Well, I think it's that sand hates skateboards, I think is the problem. Really, if you want to get down to it,
one
tale as
begets
old as
the
time.
other.
And I am an Ice Mario.
Very cool.
Look at this.
Now how many axles you got?
Probably the same amount.
But you can get from that top part to the lower part.
You know, it is a lot more comfortable to play Mario Galaxy with a regular controller, but you do trade a little bit of a something.
Mario feel?
Something. Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy kind of had something of a unique feel just because Wii controllers are so weird, and it's a little bit more normie now, you know? It's it's just one of those normie Marios.
Shit.
Normie Mario is like really the worst. Like some other normal Mario things. Jumping on turtles.
Jumping on mushrooms.
All the normies love jumping on turtles.
Are you getting hurt in this water? Why is
It's so cold.
It's so cold that it's hurting you. And it's so hurting you that you're dead.
And then I died.
You know what I've been playing?
Oh, what?
Star Wars Battlefront 2. 2018.
The new
2018's
one.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, this is like the second or third time that you texted me about playing Battlefront 2. Not recently, just like overall.
Yes, I got it on deep discount on PS4 in 2019 over the summer. Their their Celebration Edition, which is the edition where it's like, sorry that we're bad. Have all of the unlockable things. Just pay $60. You get everything. You just have to level up your weapons and your characters.
The sorry we're bad apology DLC pack.
So it came with everything. And I got that for the first time. I can't remember if it was free on PlayStation Plus or if it was like $5 on PlayStation Plus, but it was something like that. And I was like, sure, I'll pick that up. And I played it like all summer, and I had a blast with it. They started giving
the thing I was gonna say is just every time you bring this up, I always think you mean the original Battlefront 2, and I'm like, oh, sick,
which I
let's
never
do
would
it,
play
and then I realize you mean the new one.
It's worse than the original Battlefront, so I would never be playing Battlefront 2. I would be playing Battlefront 1.
But Battlefront 1 doesn't have any of the space battles.
It has dogfights. It doesn't have space. I always felt that
it didn't have online.
What's that? It did have online.
Didn't have online.
It did.
Oh.
Yeah, it had online.
I guess the difference for me was I had one on PS2, so it was garbage, and then I had 2 on Xbox Live, and then that was everything.
Yeah. I had 1 and 2 both on Xbox Original, And I always liked 1 better. I always liked the
Hey!
dogfighting in 1 more
see
than
that
the space
shit?
battles in 2. I thought the introduction of the space battles ruined the dogfighting in the regular dogfighting levels where you could just be in a ship.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
And the space battle shit was really weak to me. And then I didn't like the introduction of the heroes either. I didn't think it was fun to be a hero. I didn't think it was fun to play against a hero, and I certainly didn't like the thematic implications of it. Which was that, hey, we made a game about being a regular soldier, except that now you can be Yoda.
Now you're
People
Luke
said, but what about Yoda?
Yeah.
And we said, okay, fine. You can be Yoda. If you're good enough, you can be Yoda and make the game even more miserable for other people.
Right. God. But see, like, I don't know how it is in 2, but the Battlefront remake one, like, totally had that, but, like, as a power-up. Like, you get the Darth Maul power-up, and then you can be Darth Maul for 5 minutes or whatever, right?
For the remake in 2,
what am I doing here?
Which I pretty much, I feel like, out of the different ways that they've tried to do heroes, it's the best way, which is that it's fairly easy to earn a hero. You get points by doing the game, and the more points you get, you can buy.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know. Maybe you wait. You had a fireball power. You could use your fireball on it.
Oh.
You just lost it and then forgot about it.
But I lost it. I don't know.
So you have 4 classes of character, right? You've got assault, and you can tell what these are by their name, except for one, which I'll explain. Assault, heavy, officer, which has a turret and does like support stuff, and then specialist, which is a sniper character. And then with a little bit of money, with a little bit of points, you can get a reinforcement, which are just like better, like more health, better weapon versions of those things typically. And then with even more money, you can get a hero. The hero has a lot of health, is very strong, but is like genuinely hard to play as. It's not like how original Battlefront 2 was, where you could just run through and kill everything for 5 minutes. If you suck at playing a hero like me, you will just die in a minute and a half without doing anything useful. It is its own skill to be good at the hero characters. And because of that, it makes it not so bad when you've got someone on the other team that just like runs through everyone as Emperor Palpatine. Who also like flies and spins around like a lunatic in a way that is hysterically funny.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's so funny.
God, like
stupid lightning hands.
Putting a lightsaber in the hand of Yoda and the Emperor.
No, the Emperor does not have a lightsaber.
Absolutely the worst. Oh,
he
okay.
only has lightning hands, which is honestly funnier.
As long as he has the crazy lightning hands, we all know that to be canonical, so who am I to...
Yeah. Well, he does have a lightsaber.
I hate Star Wars.
I mean, maybe not everybody, but I think we can assume that Shiv Palpatine has a lightsaber, and it's true. He does. But in Battlefront 2, he does not use a lightsaber at all. It's only lightning hands.
Do you remember what George Lucas's suggestion was for the original name of Star Killer, the
I remember both of them
in The Force Unleashed?
Do you remember both of them?
Okay, go ahead. No, I forget one.
One of them was Darth Insanius.
I got it. Yes.
And the other one was Darth Icky.
Yeah.
Which one was the one that you forgot?
So in case you are always wondering, it was Insanius was the one I forgot until right before you said it. If you were wondering, are the Sith names really stupid on purpose, or does it just kind of happen by accident? It's definitely on purpose. He was always making them really stupid.
Can I describe a funny tweet that I saw to you?
Yes.
It was an imagined conversation between Star Wars fan and George Lucas. The Star Wars fan says, "Please, you have to stop doing this." And George Lucas says, "Now this guy, he's a bad character. His name is Darth Crumbo." Yeah, George Lucas. I think George Lucas has a lot of strengths. As a writer and as a creator of, like lore for things, but for some reason, naming the Sith is like
can't name anything.
I think he can name a lot of stuff. It's just the Sith that he can. He was, like all of the names.
He
for
was gonna
ships,
call Luke Starkiller,
but then he didn't.
And then he
didn't. But whatever. I mean, honestly, I feel like if the thing came out and Luke Skywalker's name was Luke Starkiller, I do not think that would be as weird.
You're right, and it's like kind of like foreshadowing for Darth Vader being his father, because it's just like an evil sounding name.
Yeah. I think you got to jump in on the inside. No, okay, you got it.
I didn't even think about that.
So, yeah, I don't know why. Like, he's not great at naming everything, but like, there's plenty of names. Like, I think Skywalker's a good name. I like, Chewbacca's a good name. I like the names for his droids. I like the name for X-Wing, the TIE fighters. I think all those things are named really well, but I don't. And Darth Vader. I think Darth Vader's a good name. Palpatine is a good name. Darth Sidious.
Is it?
That's now we're starting to get like. But I think that there's a little bit of a Kylo Ren vibe to all the Sith, right? Like Kylo Ren is sort of like a whiny pretender. Like he basically,
That's why I think that's why Kylo Ren gets under the skin of so many Star Wars fans is that
I love Kylo Ren.
That Kylo Ren is really explicit about the thing that was quiet and ignorable about Darth Vader and other Sith.
Right, yes.
About him just being kind of like a whiny loser who's like just really petulant.
I'm sorry to bring up KOTOR so soon in this. I guess I made it pretty far actually in a Star Wars conversation. But do you remember? The answer's no, but I'll ask anyway. Do you remember Juhani from KOTOR?
No.
Juhani was one of your party members, or could be. She was a Catharian Padawan.
Nah, then no.
She was a Catharian Padawan. You meet her on Dantooine when they're giving you your like 3 things you have to do before being a Jedi, right? One of them is you have to go like investigate and cleanse the dark power in the grove. So you go to the grove and you meet Juhani, and she's like, "I'm fucking evil. I'll strike you down like I struck down my master. I am filled with rage. I am a vessel for the dark power." And you beat her, and she tells you the story of I struck down my master in anger, and I have embraced the dark side. And then you're like, you didn't do shit to your Jedi Master. She's fine. You didn't even hurt her, really. You should stop pretending to be a bad guy. And like that is such like a Sith thing to me, where it's just like this like totally like they're like performing evil.
Yeah.
And they end up doing a bunch of evil. For real.
Right. That's why Kylo Ren, I still haven't seen the Rise of Skywalker,
yeah, same.
But Kylo Ren was such a good Star Wars villain for the fact that it was just really conscious about
I totally agree.
Part of the character.
I really like Kylo Ren as a character. Didn't see the third one.
That like that like first he's like wearing this stupid mask and you're like, this fucking fake Darth Vader character. But in the voice, but then being a wannabe Darth Vader is literally his character.
Right. His fucking lightsaber's
the too
crackly,
cool lightsaber.
like busted ass lightsaber, so good.
That rules.
People hated it, but it like fits his character perfectly. Like try hard goth, but also he is a genuine murderer. Hey, the Jedi fuck people up. Jedi fuck people up in the head.
I just still can't believe they just like ruined that trilogy. Like they just took a big dump on it. Like, because I know what happens to Kylo Ren, and it's like not the thing that's obviously forecasted in the first 2 movies, and it's just ridiculous.
So, we got off track? What were we talking about? Battlefront.
You were playing Battlefront.
Was there something specific that got us off on this thing about names? Maul's a good one. Like it fits the stupid thing, right?
I think I brought up the Darth Icky thing.
Yeah. Well, I think Darth Maul is great. It fits the pattern of that Sith take these dumb names that are like total like edgelord shit. Like they're edgelords. That's what they are. But Maul's one that works, but doesn't sound
Joy-Cons.
silly.
Yeah, that one kind of works.
Yeah.
Or at least, I thought it did when I was 8.
I still think it works, Darth Maul.
Darth Maul always worked better than Darth Sidious. That was just silly.
Darth Sidious. So funny.
Darth Tyrannus? That one just doesn't get used.
Yeah.
It's like a vestigial name.
I think it works, though. Darth Insanius really is like that's like the Rosetta Stone to realizing that that Sith are stupid.
Yep. Straight from the man himself. He wanted Darth Insanius.
The great bit in that, like, where people were not sure if he was joking, and then they realized that he was not. The problem is, the real problem with that one is that it doesn't follow the rule where if it's a longer bad thing that you're naming a Sith after, that you cut off the beginning of it. Oh, you got hit by the bunny.
What?
So like really, Darth Insanius should have been Darth Sanius. But that makes it sound like he's extremely sane, which is not what you're going for.
Who's the guy? Which is the one where you ask people if they've heard the tale of that one, the wise?
Plagueis.
Darth Plagueis, yeah. That one is, that's one of the better ones, I think.
Yeah, I agree. So like, I think it all has to do with how goofy are you willing to let Star Wars be and still like it. And for me, Star Wars is extremely goofy a lot of the time. And so having an extremely goofy bad guy name is like only barely a problem.
Right. And Darth Malak. And Darth Revan.
I like Malak. I think Malak is really good. I think Revan is good, and Malak. I think those are two of the best ones. I
literally just got it. The name Darth Revan, I just got it just now.
Revan.
Yeah.
What do you mean you got it?
Like Revenant.
Oh, okay.
Boop.
But it's not...
I know, it doesn't make sense because it was their name first, but...
Right.
It's Star Wars.
Yeah, it's Star Wars. Who cares? I guess, no, you know what? I'll take it back. It does make sense, right? Because Revan
leaves... Sure.
As whatever his real name is, I can't remember, as a Jedi. I think Revan was always Revan. It's not like Malak, whose actual name was like Alec or something. It was like, let's slap an M on there.
What?
Yeah, I think that's real.
Mean Alec is that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, his name was Alec. Yeah, Alec was born on the planet Quelli.
That's really embarrassing for him.
So, Revan is a Jedi, right? And then leaves and comes back as Darth Revan, and that can be the Revening.
Gotcha. I mean, you got their gender wrong, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. I know, canonically.
Sorry. If we're going by the canon, then I guess I was right. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Apologies for going by the canon. That's fine. I also call the Exile. I see him for the Exile because all my Exiles.
Oh, that's fucked up. You shouldn't do that because that's not right. That's not canon.
Oh, so it's only fine to not be canon for KOTOR 1.
Yeah, so it's only fine to not be canon if you're making
the reality
more
is that they
women.
were forced to pick a canon for both of them. They tried to not have a canonical gender for either, and they were made by either EA or LucasArts. I can't remember who to pick a canon.
I thought it was for like Old Republic. Like they were like, we couldn't possibly talk about these people without using gendered pronouns. So you do have to pick.
No, it was before that. It was earlier than that.
I just remembered recently that Old Republic is like still going. I just saw an ad for it, like, hey, play Star Wars Old Republic. I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize
it's
people
free.
were still doing that.
Yeah, tons of people
right,
play it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I didn't love the Old Republic, but it's the only MMO that I've ever even entertained liking.
Yeah, I think it was just it was so many humanoid enemies. I felt like it just became samey even faster than something like World of Warcraft, which is also really samey.
Having an actual story and actual characters actually acting really goes a long way for me.
Yeah, that was good.
If I'm sometimes fighting humans and sometimes fighting wolves, but the reason I'm doing them is because some text told me I had to kill 5 humans or 5 wolves. The fact that sometimes they're wolves doesn't help me.
What was I? Oh, I was gonna say the part where I fell off of the Old Republic was when the good story bits that you were getting started to, like, the space between them started to increase at like an RPG leveling curve. Like the further you got in, the further apart the story bits became. It was infuriating.
I feel like that is not true anymore, though. Like they have filled in the game. Like they've just been adding content to that game. I mean, I don't know if they still are, but they were for years and years, like adding stuff. So, the thing that I didn't like was that because you were picking a good guy or a bad guy, the thing that KOTOR was didn't matter, which was that you're getting choices about things and deciding on them, and then the game is deciding whether it thinks that makes you good or bad.
Then you could be a shitty Jedi or a nice Sith. Is that something?
But you don't. But you just still do the Sith thing forever.
Yeah.
Like I don't. As far as I know, there was never a crossover point where it goes like, well, you've made too many good decisions, so they're kicking you out of the Sith.
Yeah. The Old Republic did do like one of my favorite Star Wars things, which is making single lightsaber wielding like viable. Unlike like Jedi Academy and stuff, where it was all like everyone was playing with double lightsabers and double-sided lightsabers. That was fun. I like just regular, just one lightsaber.
I like to have 2. I don't need to have 2, but I like
Attack of the Clones, Anakin held a second lightsaber for 10 seconds, and then they were like, that's canon now. That's a thing. Jedis do that. They practice it like it's an art. That's all of Star Wars. Like, the the original trilogy had 4 lightsabers. 2 of them were blue, 1 of them was red, 1 of them was green. And then we got to the prequel trilogy and we just learned, oh, those are just actually like the only colors for lightsabers. It wasn't just those ones. You get a blue or a green, or if you're really super duper special, you get a purple one for no reason.
Right. If you're played by someone who if your stunt cast decides that they want a purple lightsaber and are able to convince you.
And that's when we learned Obi-Wan wasn't just dressed in those robes because like he lived in like a hole in the desert. That's just Jedi are just like always wearing that. They just always look like they like need to battle a wind, like a sandstorm. They need to cover up at any moment.
Well, they're like monks. It makes sense that they wear robes, I think. This is not... I don't think this is...
I guess. Oh, we're defending monks now?
I'm defending monks. I'm just saying they are monks.
Fine.
Luke's aunt and uncle were wearing robes and capes. They just had like linen shirts.
All right. I mean, there was like a thematic consistency between like the uncle's clothing and Obi-Wan's clothing. It's like it just looked like that's how people dressed around there. Like he was dressing that way to blend in, and it like turns out no, he was dressing that way to stand out as the obvious Jedi that he was hiding as, or whatever.
I think my impression of Jedi clothes is that they were.
Woo.
Great, you're literally a helicopter. Very cool. I feel like they are distinct, but not distinct enough to make you stand out.
I love that his head doesn't spin. It's so good. He can just do this.
Yeah.
It's not even a power-up. This is just a natural ability Mario has. He can just be a helicopter. Wonk. I don't know. I don't know if we're like gonna finish Mario Galaxy. We're definitely playing it right now. Nobody could say that we're not playing Mario Galaxy right now.
They could. They'd be wrong.
But beyond
they'd be obviously
that,
wrong.
Yeah. Ah! Are you kidding?
Looks like no. Anyway, the thing that I wanted to talk about Battlefront was... Remember how bad that launch was?
Yes, I do. I do remember that. Oh, you mean the thing that, like, changed video games as an industry? Yeah, I remember that moment. I remember that epic fail.
It was bad. But it's funny because the Epic thing, when Epic gave it away for free for a week or two or whatever, the game got, according to the Star Wars EA Twitter account, 19 million new players, which is sure is a lot. And Star Wars EA Twitter account tweeted this out like it was, look at this great thing, all these people playing Battlefront.
What?
And like every single comment, obviously it's the internet and people hate EA. We're shitting on EA. For very specifically for like, yeah, you made a good game and then ruined it by having one of the worst game launches of all time twice in a row, because they also did that to Battlefront 1. Right. 2016's Battlefront 1. And then the other half of people were complaining that
I did it again.
Yeah, you have this great game that only just started getting actually good after your miserable launch, and you just took support off it about 6 months ago. They took support off of Battlefront 2 to put it on support for like Battlefield 5 or whatever.
Of course, meanwhile, the person who posted this tweet is just somebody whose job it is to post positive things about EA all day. So they're just like, I don't know, a lot of people bought our new download, I think. Like,
I mean, they have no, they have no control over it. But then what else are they going to do?
But then also,
it still ends up being EA's fault.
What?
Oh, watch out for the big rock with the jelly inside it.
I was gonna whack it like that. Whoa. Oh.
But yeah, I just I saw a thing also recently in the news was that Disney is not continuing their EA exclusivity. I wasn't sure if they canceled it.
Can't imagine why.
Canceled it early, or if they are just not renewing it. It was a decade exclusivity, and it's been 7 years into the 10 years or something like that. And I was just looking into it and was seeing that like they have literally canceled more Star Wars games than they've put out in this time. It's just like, can you imagine having the Star Wars license and fucking it up that bad? It's basically a money printer, and EA fucked it up by being like, this money printer isn't printing fast enough, let's turn it off.
So this is like part of EA's whole business model, because they like, I don't know if this is current, I think it is, like they also now make like all of the Hasbro board game iOS apps and stuff. So, like their whole business is going to like brands and being like, we're the big name in video games that does all the official like brand shit like Star Wars and Monopoly, so you should pay us to do that. And then they just keep fucking it up every time. All those apps are terrible.
Yeah.
I would love if EA would stop and go away.
They canceled.
That'd be cool.
So they canceled the. I can't even remember all the different Star Wars games they canceled, but they canceled that Amy Hennig game, right? And then so they canceled it because it wasn't getting done fast enough, and so they were like, let's just make a faster thing to do. And so that was 1313. It was like the faster option. And then they canceled it because it wasn't getting done fast enough. They canceled like 5 games because they weren't getting done fast enough. And then they didn't get any games in that whole time.
They didn't get any games done.
Them. Like, it's just unbelievable. It's like crazy. It's like
EA is also like,
what if you were cooking a dinner and it took an hour to bake, right? And at 40 minutes you threw it away every time because it wasn't done. And then you're like 9 hours into making your dinner and you keep throwing it out because they keep too long. And then everyone's hungry.
And then everyone's hungry. And, I maybe just stopped being hungry for good Star Wars games. Well, I guess I'll take a good one. I don't...
Yeah, sure.
They have to be good.
But that's the thing. I think that, especially after after they took out the fact that, like, the game launched where you were spending $60 for if you don't remember, the main issue with Battlefront 2 was that it had all these heroes, and especially now it's a lot more. But first of all, it did not launch with very many heroes. But then they only gave you like 1 or 2, or maybe not even any. I can't remember. And people did the calculus on like how much would you have to play to unlock these other heroes, and it was like hundreds of hours to unlock something for free.
Did you see me? I was sliding down the wall and it just decided I wasn't sliding down it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, Mario's bad. I don't know how to help.
And yeah, they put it out, and it was all loot boxed up, and yeah, it would take hundreds of hours to unlock all those characters. It was like a broken game.
Totally broken game. And so, like, yeah, now that they give you all of those things, the game is extremely fun, I think. It has like this old game charm to it, where it like kind of feels like how a shooter from the mid 2000s would feel, except that the game looks incredible, and the shooting is really good. But it has like this arcadey feel, even though it is on top of that like extremely thoughtfully done in terms of balancing and stuff like that. I like you. Have you played a video game since MOBAs became a thing again? It's that.
No.
It's like, like...
Wait, again? Are they
back? I mean,
back?
like Dota 2, and League, like since then, where it just feels like considering roles and time to kill and like weapon balances and abilities and stuff like that, like considering all of those things.
So that's what I was gonna ask. Like, when you say a mid 2000s shooter, do you mean Call of Duty 4 or just before Call of Duty 4? I guess that's my answer.
I would say just it sort of straddles
like a
it.
mix
It just
of
gives
both?
me old school vibes, but like with a 2018's eye for how to actually make a fun shooter work.
I get it.
And it's a real shame that this game was buried under a mountain of absolute bullshit.
Ooh, let's go feed a hungry Luma. Right before I feed that hungry Luma, here's something that does actually suck about the Switch version of this game, is you can only navigate these menus with the cursor, just like it was in the Switch. Just like it was in the original Wii version, which is a bummer. And then on handheld mode, you don't have the gyroscope cursor option, which fair enough would make it really hard to play. But instead, you have to use your finger on the touchscreen to collect star bits, and it's kind of a bummer. But it's not like a huge deal. But I will show you that Mario Sunshine thing I was complaining about.